Getting you started with a bit of a warm up here, skipping, or you could go for a jog, do some running on the spot, whatever you like to get your heart rate up. Want to make sure the blood is pumping and are ready for the exercises that are before us. Make sure you give it a good 2 to 4 minutes. Following the warm-up, we're going to get into a squat and press. So using that pumpkin to press up above the head, control the squat. Sitting back, heels pressed into the floor. Let's go for 15 of these. Next, we're going to do a split squat or a stationary lunge with a single arm shoulder press. And we're going to go for 15 on each side here, keeping your chest up, your back straight, and making sure that the knee stays above the heel. Bicep curl and shoulder press, so giving the legs a short break here. Control the arms, big lift up to the sky, and deep breaths. These are alternate lunges, and I'm using the pumpkin to challenge my balance and also work the abdominals. So this one is for the more advanced. Take your time, and you'll really feel that getting into the glutes. These are swings, so we're going to do 15 of these. So squatting back and using the momentum of the pumpkin to lift up to the sky, working your core, working your abs, but get down low into that squat and squeeze. Coming down to the mat now, we're going to do these slightly elevated push-ups on one arm. Slightly elevated on one arm. So doing as many as you can on your weaker side first. That's my left side. And then matching that with the other side. Giving your arms a little break, we're going to roll onto our back and get into some hip thrusts. So pressing those heels into the ground with the pumpkin just on your hips or your pelvis to get a little bit of extra resistance, squeezing into the glutes as you push up. Let's go for 20 of those. To the arms again, and we want to fatigue those triceps, so the back part of the arms, getting down low. These again are for the more advanced, keeping your core nice and tight, get down as low as you can and use those triceps to push up. 15 of those if you can. Resting the arms, and we'll go back to those hip thrusts, but this time challenging you with single leg hip thrusts. So just focusing on one side at a time. Let's go for 15 on each side. And the last exercise, prone, is basically a plank, but I am up nice and tall on my arms, not just the elbows. So for beginners, if you want to go down onto the elbows and onto your knees, I've got my little Ella Bella who is feeling inspired, and she's going to join me for the last few exercises. This is a great exercise to work your abdominals as well as stretching out through your lats to get your back muscles working. Again, not for the faint-hearted, so make sure that you feel comfortable doing this one. Otherwise, perhaps you could do one leg at a time, aiming for 10 repetitions here. Moving into a single arm chest press. So really need to focus on balancing that pumpkin and engaging the chest muscles, the pecs as you press up, keeping your back nice and flat, squeeze the stomach muscles in. And we're moving into full sit-ups here, extending the arms all the way past the knees, getting those elbows past the knees, tucking your chin into the chest, taking it slow and controlled. 15 of those if you can. And we've got Pistons here, pressing out with the heels. So we're trying not to bring the knees too close to the chest. We want to keep the legs out in front. If you've got your head raised, it's a little bit harder. Otherwise, just relax your head onto the mat. Don't strain your neck and just keep the legs going. Little breaths. That concludes our workout, but I do have a few bonus exercises here. You can see Ella demonstrating the burpees. We did 10 burpees there, so you could throw those in. And then I've got these little glute pulses with the pumpkin trying to balance on my hamstring. So roughly 20 of those pulses if you can get the pumpkin to balance. Otherwise, just using gravity will also work if you really engage your glutes. Keep your toe flexed down. Joshy was doing a good job making sure the pumpkin didn't fall. It's really lovely getting the kids involved. They love it. And Ella grabbed the dumbbells. We did some shoulder presses, as well as some bicep and shoulder press combinations there. You could also do some swings or wood chop style exercises. So have some fun with the pumpkin or no pumpkin and have a great workout, everybody.